Hi, welcome to Professor Kev Show. Got my buddy Kai with us from Career Motion Group. Good afternoon, Kai. Welcome to the show, bud.
Good afternoon, Professor. Great to be here.
Hey, thanks for the time. But hey, before I jump in and start asking you questions, how about we start at the beginning? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Of course. So as you guys know, my name is Kai Ogenah. I just graduated from Babson this past May with a administration degree, concentrating in sports management and strategy and consulting. I'm here to talk about my business I recently started last fall, Career Motion Group, basically a holistic job searching consulting firm where I help the common undergraduate, early professional, and mid-level manager who's trying to pivot into their career help in that process in creating and bolstering their brand, whether it be through LinkedIn revamps, professional development, whether it be just networking calls, interview prep if you're trying to apply to a specific job, resume review if you want your resume to be tailored to a specific job that you're applying for. So just essentially helping the client each and every way, shape, or form you can, or I can, when they're trying to go out and get a job of their dreams.
God, this seems to be really timely because a lot of the students I see graduating 6 months, 9 months later, they're still looking for a job. And it really messes with your head to be, from what I've seen. You're like, okay, you're clapping for other people who got a job. You're like, well, when's it my turn? So this
Most
seems
definitely.
a big need. Is that why you started it?
So I definitely did. I know for me, growing up, my mom always encouraged me to get an internship, especially after high school. I thought I was gonna go to the NBA when I was younger. Like that was my dream, that was the goal. But once I kind of realized like that wasn't really the case, I had to make a pivot. Just like many people do in life, whether it is you want to be a musician, entertainer, and this didn't happen, you have to make a pivot. So during that time, that's kind of what got me the idea of like, okay, if I want to feel like I have a place in this world, I feel like I want to add value into this environment that I'm in, how am I going to do that? And I thought that was a need that was for a lot of freshmen during that time because I feel like a lot of freshmen don't get internships. They're not looking for that.
Yep.
So I found myself looking, applying to jobs, figuring out what I want to do, where I want to work, whatever it may be. Got a couple internships freshman year, and I just wanted to build off that. I was like, if I can do it, if I'm able to get these internships and get these networking and go to be able to attend these networking conferences early on, why can't I help other people do so as well? So this is kind of why I started it. I want to be able to have basically be that resource for other people that might not have those resources at their college, or if they're not publicized as much even after college. So they're going to be able to have available and readily available to them if they work with me. So that's just kind of why I started, want to be able to put people in positions to succeed, to be able to be happy with what they're doing and not feel like they have to be stuck in a job that they don't want to do. I know so many people are doing jobs that they don't want to do. And for me, I think it's important to find the passion, purpose, and the financial just the gain that you want to make in that job. But I think it's if you really try hard and really look and do what you need to do, you can find all three in one job and find all those aspects in one position if you do what you need to do in research and kind of go about the job search in the way that you should.
Kai, I know you touched on it a little bit, but let's just go over some of the ways you're helping job seekers.
Awesome. So specifically the services I offer, so I have a pep talk package. It's called a personalized employment package, where I have a sit down scheduled meeting with you, whether it be 30 minutes, an hour. I usually go up to an hour max, where we talk about what you want to do for work, what sector you want to work in. If you want to work remote, hybrid, online, in person, how much do you want to make? Where would you be willing to relocate? After I have this conversation, I take notes, right? Make sure I have all your qualifications, things that you want in a job, and I go out and look for specific jobs that fit the requirement that you gave me. So usually, if they get the full package, I would do the hour meeting, and then I'd find the 7 to 10 jobs within the next week or so, and then that would be a package in and of itself. On top of that, I have a service where I have a LinkedIn revamp. So I'll just go through your LinkedIn. You tell me what the things that you want to add, and I'll make it very very professional and something where it can bolster your professional image in the eyes of LinkedIn people and LinkedIn just connections that you may have. For me, I have over 2,000 connections on LinkedIn and followers. So I've seen a lot of different profiles, seen how what works for people, what doesn't work. So I want to be able to leverage that experience that I've had when using LinkedIn and just going through my job search to help others as well. On top of that, we also have resume review. So if you don't have a professional resume or you just don't have a resume at all, I would just give me the information that you have, like what you did for school, GPA, prior experience, and I just construct that for you. I have a whole template that I use. So I have that, just basically input the information to that template, give it back, make sure everything's tip top shape, everything's within one page, and just make it professional and easy for recruiters to look at. Um, and let me see, what else do I have? I also have other packages as well. So if you weren't comfortable with the 7 to 10 jobs, I have another five job package or another 15 job package, and goes up to 25 and 35. So obviously that climbs in price, whatever it may be. But I know when applying jobs, it matters about the numbers, the amount of jobs that you apply to. Yes, per se, it should not be like that since everyone needs a job and everyone, you know what I mean? But that's just how it is. That's the sad reality of things. You need to be able to apply in velocity and apply with volume. So that's just something I offer to my clients if they choose that.
Kai, one of the challenges I see is my students often don't know what they want to do.
Yes.
It's the generic, I want to work in marketing. Well, that's a pretty broad category. So do you see that as people kind of like it's just marketing? So it's more, it seems more important to know, all right, I want to be a social media manager. Which piece of marketing? Do you see that too?
100%. And I think, again, that's another reason that I honestly forgot to say that. I just want to make people aware of what's out there. I think so much, especially for me, I'm gonna have a consulting job after this. And I'm really excited about that. I really want to know more about consulting. But for me, I had to be aware and learn what type of consulting is there, whether it's risk management consulting, audit, financial consulting, IT consulting, whatever it may be, cybersecurity consulting. Just being aware of the different sectors within a specific industry is so important because I know, especially in marketing, things like that, everyone's just so general. They're going with the masses and going with what they see. And again, I understand that, I get it, but just exposing my clients and just people that are ongoers and followers of my program in my business, just exposing them to different avenues that they could work is something that inspires me to keep going. Like again, I come from Lynn, Massachusetts. Not a lot of us go to college. Not a lot of us see anything outside of like, oh, I have to be an entertainer or a rapper or athlete to make it. I want to be able to open the eyes and broaden the perspectives of these younger generations to say, okay, yes, you can still work in the industry. You can work for the NBA. You can work for Rock Nation, but you can be a lawyer. You can be an engineer. You can be a data scientist. You don't have to be a rapper or athlete to be comfortable in your life and to be successful. So just want to make sure I can break that stigma and be able to push that encouragement of just learning and education and just being aware and just connecting and networking just forward.
I also like that you're helping people with their LinkedIn profile because often, we don't know what to say, well, but, yeah, I had that internship, but, I didn't write it down because I felt like I didn't do a lot there. So sometimes I just find that people don't have the skills listed that they actually have on LinkedIn. So I'm looking at you for a job going, I don't know if they have that qualification or not. So having like a very detailed LinkedIn profile that highlights your experience is important.
No, 100%. I mean, my mom always says first impressions matter. Even though that's not in person, you're not talking to that person like just face to face. That is still the first image that they see of you, no matter what it is. No matter if you met them in person later or if you will meet them in person later, that LinkedIn will still be your first image. So you want to make sure it's the best perception that you can give off, that you're about business, that you're making sure you're about you have the skills, you have the necessary knowledge and just where how to or know how to do your job. Yes, I think a lot of times a lot of jobs teach you what to do on the job, of course. College is important, of course, but a lot of jobs teach you what to do. But it's more so just about knowing the employees knowing that you have the basis, that yes, you have the degree, yes, you've taken classes that are somewhat similar to what we do, so that the learning curve is not as steep. Because people will look at things like that and say, okay, if I have a psychology degree, but I want to work in a marketing job, what coursework did you take that might help you in that, whether it be consumer psychology
Good.
or consumer analytics, whatever it may be. It has something has to tie into for the employer to be like, okay, this is what I want to move forward with them. So just being able to tailor your LinkedIn profile to a general basis that can cover a lot of different sectors is something that I really focus on with my clients.
So Kai, crystal ball time. Were you hoping to take this idea, my friend?
Oh, in the next couple years or so, I definitely want to learn how to implement AI in this business more. This is something I'm doing currently by myself, with the time that I have. But I know obviously once I start working this full-time job and just doing other things and growing up and just being adult, I want to be able to just kind of automate this and kind of just make this process more simpler. Once I start growing my clientele and actually having to struggle to, keep up with all the people that are trying to work with me. I just want to be able to use AI, either open source language models, or just learning more about that process and be able to kind of learn how to create marketed testimonials, to push my brand out there, just do more events and kind of host more seminars where I can have like maybe a stand and put my business there and just be able to talk to people. This is definitely the beginning stages, trying to grow organically, but I think just making more of a concerted effort to go out and be personable and just network with people, something where I can take the next level in the next couple of years. And I don't know where that will take me, but I know it's going to take me far.
All right. So how do people reach out to you? How can they learn more if they like to utilize your services?
So you guys can. I have an Instagram. It's named Career Motion Group. I have around less than 100 followers. So that if you see me, you'll see the picture. I'm there. You can also reach out to me through my email, careermotiongroup@gmail.com, if you have any questions or concerns. I also have a LinkedIn page, a business page with obviously named Career Motion Group. So you can reach out to me on that. What else? I also have my number. You guys can reach out to me on my personal phone, 774-432-1088. And I'm happy to do business. I'm happy to talk to you guys and just make sure that you guys get the dream job that you actually want, not feel like you have to work. It's always about working hard so you don't feel like you can make a choice, not feel like you're pigeonholed into one decision that was picked for you in a way. So that's something that I really want to break the stigma of and push forward and say, okay, you can have fun and work a job and make money at the same time and have it all. You don't have to pick and choose with this.
Awesome. I appreciate taking a few minutes to call on the show. And as always, thanks for being my friend.
Thank you, Professor. Glad to be here.